I'm about to show you a place here that zillions of people literally probably pass annually and have no idea it exists. And it's just a wash, looks like any other wash at the head of the wash, but you can only see a glimpse here of what happens as you go down. And I found this in 1984, and I've only seen 2 references on the internet to it, and one of them didn't even show what I'm going to show you. But this is one of those strange things that I stopped at the end of the wash. I took some photographs, kind of your typical wash photographs and stuff. And then I was getting back in the car. I had one of those big box cameras. It was my photo days in '84. And all of a sudden I felt like, it was one of those weird things, like you get a tap on your shoulder, and you turn around and you look, and just at the end of my eyesight, I could see something changed. And that's when I found this place. So I got everything out and I walked down here, and I've come here almost every year. I'll show you some of the photos as we go along of things that I've done here over the years. But yeah, it's kind of a secret place. In fact, just one of those special places, I guess. I always called this water pocket wash. And this is a good sign that these right here are empty, because sometimes you can't get very far through here. But just look at these walls. This place is so amazing. I mean, isn't that just a gorgeous... So I don't know how long this video will be. My plan was to fly the drone, and I may still try to do it, but it's gotten a little windy up there. Down here it's not windy at all. Yeah, just look at this. It's crazy, huh? So you can see the clouds. It may be threatening rain. It's been clear all day, and then she's had some clouds move in. So this is a real good sign. We have no water here. I'll tell you, for every year that I've come here, it's always different. I mean, that's the cool thing about it, but it's not necessarily always better. It's just always different. It's an amazing place. Ah, a little bit of water, but not much. Gorgeous, isn't it? And the interesting thing is that I think in all the 40 years since I discovered it, I've only been able to walk to the end of it a couple times. And there were a couple times, well, only once actually, that I actually saw it in flash flood stage. Yes, and you guys know me, how I always find figures, faces, animals and stuff in rocks. And this place is no exception. I've seen stuff here. Yeah, often these water pockets are full, and it makes it a lot more difficult to get through and around. And this was actually, this right here, I'll have to show you a photograph. It was the first photograph I made in here once I found this area. So this may not be the exact framing, but when you see the photograph, you'll see the resemblance. So at this point, we have some pretty high walls. And it did stop raining, thank God. And we continue on down. I may have to come back and do a drone. We are going to be, I think, back in this area in the next week or so. Maybe. And if we are, I may do the drone then. I'm not sure I want to do it if it's raining. Look at this. This is just phenomenal. Now, I am looking for one particular feature that I wanted to show you guys that I think is really odd and wonderful at the same time, actually. I tried to fly the drone in here one other time, and I kept losing signal. So, I haven't decided. I may fly it in here today. Okay, so we're coming up to another place that I did a photograph. There's a little water in here. Let me get onto the other side here so I can show you. A second here, I'll get back with you. So yeah, I stood on this ledge with my head against the back wall with this big box camera, trying to make a photograph here, which I'll show you now. And this photograph is from 1988. One thing you'll notice from the photograph of the back wall has not really changed between the time I took it almost 40 years ago and now. Here, I'll put two side by side or above each other. They've changed some, but figure 40 years, not that much. I don't even think I was able to get this far down in 84. So. So cool. This area is where often would get stopped because you can see there's not really any good ledges around. I guess you can climb up there and then down. Hard to do when you're carrying 50 pounds of camera equipment. All right, well, we can get down today. And you can see what we're coming up to here. Another big water pocket, another place would be difficult to get past if it was full of water. In fact, we may be stopped here. Looks like we are. It's really interesting that there was no water anywhere else, and then we got water here and really no way around it. I have no interest in getting all muddy. You can see the bugs flying around. Anyway, this is one of the most incredible places. And I just found, well, it doesn't quite work totally. Well, it does. All right, I don't know if we can see it here. I may have to show you again in another place, but every once in a while, you see these look like seams. Goes all the way up. And then when you turn the other way, now this one is shifted a little. Then you see the seam going up the other side. This one you can't see too far. I think I have a better example a little later as we head back. So yeah, I don't know about you guys, But I think this is one of the most incredible places I've ever been. Just so gorgeous and crazy. Otherworldly. I may be able just to walk right up this area. Look at this. So what do you think? I mean, is this not the most incredible place you've ever seen? Please leave me some comments below. So here, I think, yes, perfect example of the seam look that I was talking about. Starting up there, you can see the seam. And it comes right down. You can still see the seam. Oh, great thunder. You can see the seam. Seam goes into the ground here. It's a little filled in, but I think you can kind of make it out here. Right there in the center again. Comes up. There, we hit this wall. And there goes the seam right up the wall. Very bizarre. So yeah, you can see the dark skies out there, and I don't know, I'll have to, when I get up, and I'll take a look at the skyline and see whether or not it's worth even trying to take a drone up in this.